On today's show, we will talk with Aimee Burns about an organization that she's involved with, and then later we ladies will discuss music and the role that it plays in our life. I'm pretty sure every year so far on Let's Talk About It, I've been able to wear Kansas City Chiefs gear, celebrating how well they were doing. I would usually wear it for the January recordings, hoping that it would air then in February and we would be headed to the Super Bowl. And guess what? We did just that the last 3 years. But the 2025 season definitely did not play out the same way. In fact, we didn't even make it to the playoffs. Something I've yet to see since becoming a fan. It was bad. Very, very bad. Sadly, by the time this airs, football will be over and no Chiefs to cheer on. So why am I telling you this? Well, as you can see, I'm in a Chiefs sweatshirt. Just because they didn't play like I'm used to seeing doesn't mean I'm giving up on them or that I'm not excited to see a big comeback next year. I'm still rooting for them, still hopeful for more championships. Why? Because I believe it can and will happen, and a comeback is sometimes even more exciting than the win itself. And I believe that no matter how many times we do get off track or mess up, we can ready ourselves for a comeback as well. You see, God's desire is that we get back up when we fall. After a season of wrong turns, difficulties, and sidetracks, a comeback is possible if you're willing to get back up. Just when you think there's nothing left and you are running on empty, get ready, because from the ashes, you can rise again. There is no mountain that you can't face, no giant you can't take, and all those tears were not for waste. You may just be one step away from a breakthrough as you decide to give it to Him and let Him direct your steps. I believe this is your time. This can be your year. Yeah, failing is hard. Setbacks stink, but they don't have to be the end. So get ready for your comeback with God leading the way. So in closing, the Chiefs were hard to watch this year for sure. It was not what I was used to seeing from them, but I believe that they are set up for a great comeback. And guess what's even better? So are you. Proverbs 24:16 says, "For though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again." Yes, and amen. Believe it. And we are just 3 ladies, all with big opinions, always backed by a biblical standpoint. So let's talk about it.
This segment is brought to you by Harry's Construction, whose motto is, "If you can dream it, we can create it." They are the kitchen and bath design experts, so call Harry's Construction for all your remodeling needs.
Welcome back to Let's Talk About It. And girls, today we are going to talk about music and the role that we feel it plays in our life and what types we listen to and all that good fun stuff with music. So starting with Teresa, tell us about music for you in your life.
I grew up listening to the top 40. I love the top 40. The bubblegum stuff, you know,
Yeah.
not the hard rock stuff, just the bubblegum stuff. But I loved it. And when I hear certain songs, like I can be in Sheets and hear a song and it'll take me right back to like a certain time or I don't know. And we were on that cruise and we had 80s night. That was like
So fun.
80s
Oh my
music
gosh.
is one of my top.
So fun.
Yes.
But I mean, obviously as a Christian, I love worship, and Christian music can take any environment and just turn it into a place of worship. And I enjoy that.
Yeah.
I do too.
How about you?
I love worship, but like I had my daughter and her friend in the car and they were listening to Piano Man the other day, and I was like, this just feels like a song that like engulfs life. You know, all these different people he's running into. I was listening to the words like very intensely, just trying to pick up whatever. And I just think that's a beautiful thing about music, is that it tells a story, that it can resonate with one person here and someone across, you know, the ocean.
Right.
And do something different for each person. So I do think it is an absolute gift from God.
It is.
When people are blessed musically, I'm always inspired. I don't have like a favorite, like you love 80s and 90s. I truly, I don't have like a favorite genre or.
I
like,
definitely skip back and forth.
Yeah.
A lot. Like, there'll be a time when it's all 80s. And like that's all I can listen to, and then country for a time. Like I
love country.
Yeah, I was set
I
like
liked
country, and then recently it's been Broadway musicals, specifically the Wicked music. Like I was listening to, and still am constantly hearing those songs because they're just so good. Like I love them, and I love to listen to music when I'm working at home, cleaning, or, which I don't do a lot, but when I'm cleaning, in the shower, getting ready, in my car, like, I love to have music on. And one thing I will say, though, is if my mind is not in a good place, I need to put the worship music on, because that will change my mindset. If I'm listening to the 80s music, nothing wrong with it, but if I'm listening to 80s, country, Broadway, whatever, that does not change my mindset. It does not change how I feel. But if I put the worship music on and I'm having an off day or I'm having worries or whatever, that will change the atmosphere for me.
Yeah. I mean, music is extremely powerful. Yeah. Something I do try to teach my children a lot, because there's so many, you know, catchy dances to these catchy little tunes. And I'm like, you don't even realize what you're listening to. So we have these conversations all the time. So I prefer worship music to be on because it does change the atmosphere and the environment. But I also don't, like, I also love when they're doing, you know, I want them to have fun, do their little, like, dances, but I'm like, if it's really, like, impure, we're not listening to it. I mean, the Bible's pretty clear on, like, what you listen to, ingest, right? It's, so there's, like, this, you know, what do you call it, like a gray area, because there's some songs are just, like, terrible, and I don't want to even have that in my environment. Other songs are just more, like, worldly, and I'm fine listening to it, but I love worship music because it changes the atmosphere. It's warfare. Yeah. And there are times like what you're saying is like that's warfare. Yeah. Like you need it to strengthen your spirit, or you know, like you think of Brandon, like come on my soul, don't give up on me right now. Like there's times where those words are like I'm declaring that because I don't have it in me to make it through whatever. Right. I need that to come and fill me and empower me and help get through whatever that.
And it does.
It does.
And it does.
So I'm so
and that's why it's so important to have worship music as part of your life. Every day almost, I can wake up with a phrase or two phrases in my head of a worship song. Oh. Every day. Yeah. And I'm like, so, okay, what, I've even tried to be like, okay, in tune with that. Like, so what, why that word? Why that phrase? Where are we going with that today? Just to be in tune, why was it that song? You know, so I do try to even recognize as to why was it that. And isn't it weird though, too? You could have heard a song back in the 80s and learned it, and you still know the song and all the words. Yeah. Wow. I'm amazed at how much our brains can remember with song lyrics. Yes. Like I was telling you guys earlier, sometimes if I'm reading the Bible and you ask me what I read that day, I'd be like, I don't remember, but a song. Yeah. A song you can remember.
I know, and I'm a lot more attentive now to the lyrics of stuff. Because when I was younger, when I was a kid, I just sang it because it had a good
catch,
beat, rhythm.
Yeah, you know. And now it's like, oh my word, I can't believe I sang those words like for years.
Yeah, I know, and thought nothing of it.
Yeah. And I don't even like it now, and I still will walk into Sheets every once in a while and hear this one song in particular by Wham. You guys all know Wham. I know you do. Yeah. I'm thinking, oh, I cannot believe all the years I sang that song. It's
Listen
so
to
bad.
the Grease soundtrack. I love that movie and the songs. And when I'm like, oh, okay, that's a little
promiscuous.
I don't know. But I guess that's like why they say guard your ear gates, you know.
Yeah, and that's what that's the thing where you know, when you're teaching children all the time, like you're trying to really heighten their senses to those things because it is so desensitized in our world. Like the songs that are produced are like on the regular radio station, they're vulgar, they're nasty.
Well, you know, I was listening to country music on the Froggy or whatever, and I was like, oh, I like these songs, I'm going to download them on Spotify. And then I listened to them on my Spotify, and I was like shocked at the language, because they were deleting it from the songs on Froggy. But there was so much language in the songs. I was like, oh, well, that's a bummer.
It is such a bummer.
Yeah.
Like, why can't we just keep it?
Because
my kids know
it.
Say clean it to Alexa. Like, every song, they'll be like, if it's anything they're not certain, they'll just say, make sure it's clean. Yeah. And then they filter it, but it is sad.
I didn't even realize. I was like, I was thinking that was the song. Then it plays on Spotify. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. I didn't want that word, you know? And it's like, okay. But, when I was thinking of songs and the emotions that they can rise up in me, you know, you can laugh, you can cry, you can just feel joy and peace. Like, songs really do that for us. And there was a thought that I remembered when I was in college, Springfield, Missouri. We were in a Christian bookstore, and it was probably the first time I ever heard it. So it's old. I Can Only Imagine came on, and I believe it was the first time I ever heard it. And I just was walking through the bookstore listening to the lyrics, and I remember thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to fall to my knees right here in this bookstore because I can't stand any longer because of the words to this song are touching me that much. And to this day, that song will always mean something so powerful to me. I've had to sing it at funerals. You know, we've sang it in church, but that song will always mean the world to me because of what it did in that moment. It was like it just took me, you know, and that's what songs can do. They can just, like I said, change the atmosphere. You know, worship can do that. And then there's songs, you know, that I wrote down that aren't going to be worship songs, but that I'm going to dance to. Girls Just Want to Have Fun. You know, like when that comes on, you're going to see me dancing. When a Disney song comes on, you're going to see me singing. My youngest, when we went to see a movie, he said, I hope you aren't going to sing these songs during the movie. And I said, oh, I probably am. Because
that's what it does to you.
I love to sing along too. Do you guys do that?
No, I feel like every Disney, like my daughter just said to me the other day, how do you know this song? Like, you just know it. I don't know. Like we grew up listening to certain, like we weren't like on our electronics. We like my best friend and I grew up just dancing and singing, like performing, making up our own dances, like Bye Bye Miss American Pie. Like I remember I did that on like a talent show, and I can still remember in 8th grade the dance that I did to that song because it's just like triggers. I don't know. Remember things.
I think music just brings out so much. You can sing, you can dance, you can just be part of the words, and there's something powerful about music, and when it's used the right way, what it can do to your spirit, right? So I'm going to end with these verses. Psalm 105:2 says, "Sing to Him, sing praise to Him, tell of all His wonderful acts." And Psalm 91:1-6 says, "Oh, sing to the Lord a new song. Sing to the Lord, all the earth. Sing to the Lord, bless His name. Tell of His salvation from day to day." Sing, dance, praise, worship. And when we come back, we will have our guest for the day.
Impact Productions, a multi-layer technology company providing on-site, online, and in-studio video services. Contact Impact Productions to capture your story.
Welcome back to Let's Talk About It, and we have a beautiful guest with us today. Tell us your name and a little bit about yourself.
My name's Aimee Burns, and I live here in Altoona, Pennsylvania. I am a mom, a wife, a grandma, and just feel like I have a very blessed life.
Oh, I love hearing that.
Thank you.
So we brought you on here to talk about an organization called NAMI. And I'm going to guess maybe not a lot of people, at least I didn't know too much about it. So tell us what it is and how it all began.
So NAMI is the National Alliance on Mental Illness,
Okay.
NAMI for short. Their national office is actually in West Virginia, I believe it is. And NAMI started in 1979 by two moms who were having trouble finding mental health care for their children. And so they decided to do something about it. And so they are the nation's largest grassroots nonprofit for mental health. And they're actually almost worldwide now. They have over 600 offices, but each of us is our own 501c3. So we have to follow NAMI's standard of excellence for providing care for the people that we work with. But we are responsible for raising our own money. It would be nice if we had national office that just said, here.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I have been working in mental health for 32 years now. I've been very blessed to get to do what I do every day and to serve the people I serve because we are that bridge. We fill that gap for people who are either on waiting lists due to not very many mental health care workers and psychologists and therapists in Blair County. So we provide support groups and mental health education, advocacy here in Blair County, and everything we do for the public is free. We don't charge, we don't ask income requirements, we don't ask if they work, we don't care. If you need help, we're here to help you. And sometimes that means, unfortunately, sometimes we have to get crisis involved. Other times it's just getting them referrals into inpatient care or to a licensed therapist. NAMI is peer run, so everybody who volunteers at NAMI, including myself, well, I work there, but I also volunteer there. We are lived experience. So we do have people that are licensed that volunteer, but most of NAMI is run by individuals with lived experience versus licensed therapists because it's peer support.
Okay. So you can connect them then to someone if something's further is needed than what you can give.
Yes. I have a very long list of therapists, psychiatrists, inpatient care, outpatient care, or even what they call IOP, intensive outpatient care. We do a lot with dual diagnosis of a mental health diagnosis and addiction. And so we work a lot with addiction therapists, and we also work with suicide prevention. I sit on the suicide prevention task force, and I'm part of what they call the Blair County Loss Team, which is postvention, where the coroner will call in the event that somebody has died by suicide, and somebody from the loss team will contact the family to provide services.
That would be so hard.
It's hard, but they need that care too.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think just mental health in general is hard.
Yeah.
Yes.
For
hard.
Sure.
Yes.
And because, how long did you say you've been doing this?
32 years.
So in those 32 years, how have you seen it change?
I think the biggest change, and especially since COVID, is us recognizing that even children need help sometimes. We didn't think about previously, and we think about it more now, that sometimes children have mental health concerns because there might be food insecurities, or there's housing insecurity, or unfortunately, more times than not, kids experience some kind of bullying or traumatic event that if we don't give them an opportunity and recognize that they need help too, it could result in teen suicide, which we have seen a rise in. And so my office wrote a program called The Power of Creativity for Children and Families Mental Health. We started it in 2023, and it literally is a 12-week program that we walk with families through how to reconnect, because they get stuck in their phones, in their tablets, and they're not connecting with their children. Saying, how was school today? Good. What'd you do? Nothing. Do you have homework? Nope. That's not connecting with your child.
Yeah.
When they say school was good, take it a step further. What was good about it? Tell me what the best part of your day was. So we teach them connection so that children feel comfortable going to mom or dad or grandma or whoever that legal guardian is and saying, I'm not okay, and here is why. We had a mom report to us that she had no idea her 12-year-old was having suicidal ideation, and she believes the program saved her daughter's life. So if we never hear one more thing,
Right.
we feel it was a success because of that story, right?
For
there.
sure.
So our funding for that is running out in a few months, so I'm feverishly trying to find a donor so that we can keep the program going. We have enough funding left to do the spring sessions, and but hopefully by then I'll have it refunded. So I'm concerned, but I'm not overly concerned.
So how can people help you financially? So how would they do that?
They could go to our website,
Okay.
and they could click the Donate Now button. There's opportunities for recurring donations, one-time donations. Recurring donors that do at least $20 a month, they get a NAMI t-shirt after their third donation. They could send checks to our office, and that's located at 711 9th Avenue in Altoona, and the zip is 16601. Or they can, we've had donors call over the phone, and we've done it for them over the phone because some people are not comfortable doing it online.
Yeah.
So.
I was wondering when you were talking, so the other program that you started, how do you advertise for that? Are you going into schools?
Right now we have some billboards.
Okay.
We did do a summer program over at the Nehemiah Project's Kid Connect program. Our facilitators did a program there with the kids over the summer, which was very nice. And then we advertise like on social media. We have a YouTube channel that I'm still learning how to use. I'm not very social media. I have a Bishop Guilfoyle student right now who takes care of that for me.
Great.
And then we've done some newspaper ads and stuff like this if we get invited to interview somewhere.
So besides financially, what are some other ways people could help? Or
We're always looking for volunteers to help facilitate programs.
Okay.
We have support groups. We have different courses, like one for family members of an individual who has a diagnosis, to help the family members better understand and help their loved one. We have a course for the individuals who have the diagnosis. So we're always looking for volunteers who want to help with that, or volunteers to help with our newsletter, or sending out mailings. Like we just sent out our save the dates because our annual conference is coming up on April 30th. So we had a volunteer in the office, and they just stuffed envelopes and addressed them so we could send out our save the dates. And our annual conference is our fundraiser. We've slowly been turning it into a fundraiser instead of a break-even kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And the fundraisers in the area?
it'll be at the Blair County Convention Center on April 30th. And we're still looking for sponsors. We have a sponsorship packet that people can contact the office, and I'll send it to them if they're interested in becoming a sponsor of the conference.
Good. Awesome. So just to clarify, this is something that your program is open to all ages.
So the family program is 3 years and up.
Okay.
Most of the other programs, the courses that I mentioned are 18 or older.
Okay.
But we also have programs specific for middle and high school,
Okay.
like In Our Own Voice, Ending the Silence, that helps teach students how to communicate and help and lift each other up and help each other and communicate with their families. And we have another program called NAMI on Campus, which is for high school and college students, and they are strictly run by the students with an adult chaperone in case they have somebody that might need a little extra help.
So really what I feel like I'm hearing is there's an uptick with the younger
There is.
generation
There has been a
needing help.
Yeah, there has
Which is
been,
sad.
unfortunately.
Sad.
It is.
Very sad.
Yeah.
It's hard, and I'm so glad we have people like you stepping up
Yep.
and doing what is needed and trying new things, even to, because of COVID and other things that might be needed now. And so I really appreciate that and your heart behind it. And listen, viewers, find this organization, help them out, see what they're doing, because I know they would appreciate it. And we're just so glad that you came on and shared with us.
Thanks for having me. And they can visit NAMI, BlairCountyPA.org.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Thank you for that information.
Thank you.
And when we come back, we will have our verse of the day.
Made by Vogel is a father and son business that produces high-quality handmade wooden products such as cutting boards, bowls, bottle stoppers, and more. Products for sale can be found on their Etsy site or in downtown Altoona at the Clay Cup. You can't go wrong buying from Made by Vogel.
Next time on Let's Talk About It, we're going to talk about if we were to get thrown in jail. And our special guest of the day will be Jake Metzger and Christian Delosier.
Yeah, so F3 stands for Fitness, Fellowship, Faith.
Men of all fitness levels. So some of the stuff looks pretty tough, but everything can be scaled. So F3 is a nationwide boot camp. It started in Charlotte in 2011. Since then, it's grown to over 500 regions and 5,000 locations. So over 100,000 men have tried F3.
All that and more on Let's Talk About It.
Today's verse is found in 2 Corinthians 5:7. For we live by faith, not by sight. As Christians, this is a pivotal verse for us to live out. We must trust God's promises and lean into His guidance, rather than relying on what we see with our physical eyes, or trying to understand this world that we do live in. Life is complicated at best. There is so much uncertainty, but we are able to have a spiritual confidence that those who aren't saved cannot have. We can come to a place where we believe in God's unseen work and the promises that we read about in His Word. This is what must form the foundation for our decisions, even when it doesn't seem to work out the way we imagined or in the time that we had hoped. We cannot let feelings dictate our choices. We must look beyond the visible and start seeing with spiritual eyes that God has given us. It may not, well, actually most times probably won't, make any human sense. But when God has His hands on it, anything and everything is possible. So friends, live by faith and see what God does. And until next time, let's talk about it.
Champion Roofing, we're the solution. You can count on the roofing pros. Our roots run deep and our integrity shows. Proud to serve you, we love what we do. With Champion's unbeatable warranties too.